Chalice. It's kind of a cliche for a metal band. That is, Metal Archives alone lists 10 different bands with the same name, and this band from Finland is the newest one of them all. The funny thing is, of all those 10 Chalice named bands, 5 play heavy metal, including this Finnish one. So I don't know what's the story behind picking a name that is already chosen by so many other bands, but here it is. Trembling Crown, the debut album by the Finnish heavy metal band. Nicely included in cardboard sleeve is this jewel case CD released by High Roller Records, a label known for heavy metal releases. Inside you will obviously find the CD and its layout, which is here. Trying to remove it so you can give a look at the track list before getting all reflected by the daylight and all. Now this is some problematic release in a couple of ways. First of all, there's nothing original as such, but that's not really a problem. That is, if you can handle kind of a melodic, basic, traditional heavy metal, you're pretty good to go. But a couple of problems occur, and they are too big for me to just ignore them and say, yeah, it's all good. Because while it's mostly on the positive side, these problems are at least bugging me a little bit. Here's the booklet. You might be able to read some of these lyrics here. And then you have obviously the lineup image here. This is a band where mustache seems to be a mandatory element or you're out of the band. Just joking, I don't know. Maybe it's just a funny coincidence. But it could be a really rule for the band members. I don't know. Anyhow, jokes aside, this is Chalice on Metal Archives, and what you have them from previous years, founded in 2016, is a demo from 2017, a Silver Cloak EP from 2019, and then this Trembling Crown. So they made a smart move, much like some other bands, that first you do a little bit of demoing, maybe try the eyes, like if it's worth taking a walk. I mean, does it really hold the weight, so to speak, and only then move to doing a full-length album. Now, basically, this band knows what they're doing. But these couple of problems which are there are kind of bugging me. Now, maybe it's just a matter of taste kind of a thing, and the rest of the world will be rejoicing about this band. But I'll try to point them out in a polite way. First of all, I do not exactly like the style of the vocalist. Maybe it's a little bit too rally English for my style, but then again it's only a matter of taste. Some people might find it fascinating and quite enjoyable, and by no means I'm no perfect in English myself, but somehow it still has the same kind of feeling what Tarja Turunen had with Nightwish. It's not working for me properly. There's some good ideas and good elements, but still, in my opinion, it needs way more rehearsal. Maybe to find the own sound and maybe do those lyrical things a little bit better. But overall, it needs, in my opinion, a lot of polishing and honing to make it actually good. Now it's decent, but still, I'm not the only one having problems with it. But maybe that's something that could be just overlooked. Maybe it's just a matter of tasting. I really don't know. The other thing is, none of the material here really sticks. It's not exactly catchy, while it is being melodic, and there is clear understanding like how heavy metal works, except for the track length. Now, as you can pretty much see, most of these tracks are quite lengthy. They are not the 3-4 minute radio hits and material, which is kind of, which usually means like you have only a few riffs, enough repetition but not too much, and you have the kind of a pattern that is very digestible. Our minds can just like figure it out, we're able to understand it, and it gets into a loop. You all know what I'm talking about here. The biggest heavy metal songs are usually the type which are not too lengthy. They have enough repetition but not too much. They have the catchy chorus part, but it's not to a level of being annoying. And that's where the band fails. Now, it might be totally up to a chosen style. And if that's the case and the band is just embracing the non-mainstreamish, approach to heavy metal, it's all good. But it's not for me. And I'm pretty sure it's not for the most people who are into heavy metal. I'm talking about the people who like those Judas Priest and Iron Maiden hit songs. I know they are big bands and I know they are the hit material bands, so it's not maybe fair to compare to those. But then again, I guess any band working in the field of heavy metal, operating in the genre, wants to find the magic golden Midas touch. Like, hey, how were they able to do such an amount of crazy ass catchy songs? It doesn't matter whether we're talking about Turbo Lover, Aces High, Painkiller, or I don't know, some Motorhead song. But they all have things in common. Doesn't matter if it's Ace of Spades or Killed by Death. You want to make it catchy. You want to make it like instantaneously when the song is finished, you realize this is going to be the next hit song. This is going to be a song that is going to play throughout the world in sport events, in many places around the globe, on radio and all that stuff. And that's where Chalice is not exactly doing it right. They have probably too much invested, like, hey, I want to play this song because from a guitarist point of view, this is very much fun to play because it lasts like 9 minutes and there are multitude of riffs and all that stuff. But from the audience point of view, it's more like, don't play that song live. It gets boring. It's not that enjoyable. And that's the difference between the audience and songwriters. Now, obviously, I'm not going to say it's for everybody. Some people might like this very, very much. And I kind of hope I am wrong here and the band is right what they're doing. But compared, for example, the recently released Satan's Fall debut album, on the same label, operating roughly in the same genre, in my opinion, they are doing the same thing way better. They have better vocalists. They have better understanding of how to make these combat songs. But I don't know, both have good production and all, so maybe it's just a matter of taste really. Now, Chalice is a potential band, I'll give it that. But in my opinion, this album would have benefit if it was more honed and polished all the way through. Not just the vocals, but everything. So definitely worth giving a shot in case you just happen to be a sucker for heavy metal, but just don't expect too much and you're good to go. You will find the link in the description box, so give it a listen and decide for yourself, and don't shoot the messenger, boys. Take care, stay safe.